record from my side. So any issues, any doubts in the last class, guys? Everything is clear from security side, everyone? Can you hear me right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir. So any issues, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Fine. Okay, let me start the virtual machine.
Sir, please give show how you give permission to a single object, sir.
Yesterday we have
Single-
already discussed. Yesterday we have already discussed. I'll show you again today. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I'll show you again. Just a minute. Okay, let me start the machine. Okay, well, let's show how to understand the object. Okay. Let me start this. Okay, done. So today we are going to discuss about the backups. Okay, backups, recovery, and restores. Okay. So what is meant by backup? Why we have to take the backups? Is it important? Is it mandatory to take the backups, and all we'll discuss. Okay, so guys, tell me, is it mandatory to take the backups on the databases?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely we have to take that.
What if we don't take the backups? What
If in case we have any data failure,
If in case any data loss, we cannot recover the data. So we need a backup. We need to take backup.
Yes, very good. Okay, so the main reason is, main purpose is recovery. Okay, so the main purpose is recovery. So in case if something happened, okay, how quickly you are recovering the data? What are the options you have to recover the data? So backup is very important, guys. Very, very important. Imagine if something happened, so that's why regularly we are going to take the backup of the databases, and it's a common practice. It's not like important databases, unimportant databases and all. So we are going to take the backup of all the databases. If the database is a part of the SQL Server, we have to take the backup of all the databases. 99.99% is we are going to take the backup of all the databases. So it's a regular activity. So imagine I have one server. If I have 20 databases, I can take the backups manually, no problem. Imagine I have 10 servers. I have 10 databases for each server, 100 databases total. Okay, that's difficult, but again, I can do it manually. Okay, imagine I have 100 servers and each database server is having around 20 to 30 databases. Then it is very difficult to take the backups manually. But it shouldn't be manual, right? Why? Because a lot of databases will be there. Lot of databases you are going to manage. Lot of backups you have to take. So you cannot take the backups manually regularly. Backups are important, but you are not going to take it manually. Okay, so we are going to take the backups, all the backups automatically. Using some jobs, we are going to take the backups. Clear, guys? Using some jobs, we are going to take the backups on all the databases automatically. Right? Forget about those jobs. We'll explain about those jobs, what are those jobs, how to configure those jobs, and I will discuss. The main thing is how to take the backups. How many backups are there? Right? How many types of backups are there? We are going to discuss. So usually how to take the backups, guys, we'll discuss now. So how many types of backups are there?
Three
Can
type
you
of
tell
backup.
me? Yes, what are those?
Full backup, differential backup, and log backup.
Okay, full differential and log backup.
Yes.
So let me connect to this machine. Can anyone guess how many total types of backups are there in SQL Server?
Tail log backup is also there, sir.
Okay. Can anyone guess? I'll give you the options. 5 types of backups, 6 types of backups, 8 types of backups, 11 types of backups. How many types of backups are there in SQL Server?
8, sir. 8. Oh, yes.
8.
8 or
8 or
Yes.
5 or 6 or 7 or guess it, guys. What? No issue, right? You can guess it. Not an issue.
8, I think so. 8.
8.
Five types, sir.
8 or 11. Sunil.
6, sir, actually. But
Or
I
6
think
or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or.
only I know 6, sir. More 2 will be there, maybe. I
Okay.
guess.
2 are there. Huh? We don't use that many backups, but we have total 11 types of backups are there.
Oh,
Okay. We have total 11 types of backups are there. Let's discuss those backups. Okay. Full backup, as everyone knows, taking the whole database backup is called your full backup. Differential backup, log backup, or transaction log backup. Okay. Copy only backup, file or file group backup. File or file group backup. Okay. Striped backup, mirror backup, partial backup, partial differential backup, tail log backup. Okay. So, and finally, how many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And finally, you have your cold backups, guys. Cold backups. These are all hot backups. The final one is cold backup. Okay.
sir,
So we
and
don't. Yes, tell me. Tell me.
Split and compressed backup is also there, sir.
Yes. Compressed backup. It's not a backup type. Okay. It's not backup type. It's a feature. We are going to compress the backup. Okay. That's not backup type. Split or striped, both are same.
Yes, sir.
Okay, split backup or striped backup. Striped genes, you know, right? In the same way. Split backup or striped backups, both are same. Okay, guys. Right. So we are going to discuss only full backup, and the organization will regularly use full differential log backup, copy only backup. Okay. Sometimes very rarely striped backup we are going to use. Remaining other backups we are not going to use. And this is also we are not going to use. Okay. Cold backups means you can take the database backups if the database is online, guys. Okay, whatever backups we have discussed, these backups you can take it when the database is online. Cold backups can be performed only the database is offline, means simply copying the physical files manually is called cold backups. Once you create a database, you will get data files and log files, right? One data file, one log file you will get, right? If you add any extra data files, log files, you can see in the location, right? So if you copy the files physically, that is called cold backups, guys. That physical files will be there, right? MDF files, LDF files. If you copy those physical files, that is called your cold backups. Clear, guys? Right? So first of all, let's complete this security permission. Okay. So here, how to give access on a single object. Yesterday we have already discussed, might be you missed it. So in case if anyone is looking for permissions on a single object or multiple objects, how can we do that? How can we give those permissions? Go to security, go to logins, go to any login. Okay, let's go with Mahesh.
Okay.
Okay, go to user mapping, select any database. Imagine just select Amazon database, DBO. Okay, fine. Here I am not going to add Mahesh into any of the role. Okay, I don't add Mahesh into any of these database roles. Go to securables. Okay, and select search all objects of the types. Click OK. Okay, fine. Here you can see only endpoints, login servers. You don't see tables right here. Okay, that's fine. Now, as of now, I'm just creating only user. Okay, if I just choose the database, automatically user will be created in the Amazon database, right? Once the user is created, just click OK. I haven't given any permission to Mahesh, okay, as of now. So what I can do now, I can do in two ways. One is go to Amazon database, okay, tables, okay, on which table you want to give access. Select any table. Imagine I want to give access on colors table, okay. So let's, first of all, let's connect as Mahesh and we'll try to execute, okay. Select query on this colors table so that you will get better clarity. Okay, Mahesh. Right. Okay. So now Mahesh can expand the Amazon database, but Mahesh cannot run colors table. Select star from colors. Okay. COLYRS, right? The select permission was denied on the object colors. Okay, so you can see the error, right? So next, what I have to do, I just want to show you the error first. I want to show you that Mahesh doesn't have permissions. So you can see the error. Mahesh doesn't have permission. Select permission was denied for Mahesh. I want to specifically, I want to give access to Mahesh on only colors table. That you can achieve using user properties or table properties. Any of the way you can follow. If you go to table properties, you are going to give access to users. If you go to user properties, you have to search tables. That's it. Okay. Go to permissions tab. Right. So here, what I'm going to do, go to search, go to object types, make sure users are selected, click OK. Now type Mahesh. As Mahesh is already created in this database, you will get Mahesh name. If you type Dev, if Dev is already created, then Dev name also will come like this. Okay. If you type, who else? Krishna. Okay. Krishna. So check names. You can see here, Krishna name is not available. See here, we are getting the error. In the database, Krishna name is not available. Krishna user is not created. So you can see here, right? So as of now, I'm giving access to Mahesh. As Mahesh is already created, I'm just giving access to Mahesh. Select Mahesh, click OK. Now select Mahesh and what permissions you want to give to Mahesh on that particular table. You can choose the permissions. You want to give delete permission or insert permission or only select permission I'll give. Okay, I can give select permission. What is the query for this, guys? You can see here the query is grant select on table name to whom? To
Mahesh.
Mahesh. Simple query. In case if I don't remember all these things, there is a simple query. Specifically, I want to give access to any login. Okay, first of all, I have to create that associated user in the database by selecting the database in the user mapping. Once the user is created, then you can directly run this query. Use database name, grant select on table name to whom? To Mahesh. Okay, so if you run directly this query, Mahesh will get that access. Now if you go to Mahesh session, now if you run the same query, earlier Mahesh doesn't have permission. Now Mahesh can read the data on colors table. Mahesh can read
Fine,
the
sir.
data. Sorry.
No, sir. Okay, fine, sir.
Okay.
Clear,
So
sir.
okay, so Mahesh can read the data of colors table. Okay, this is how you can manage. In case Mahesh wants to read employee table, employee. Okay, so employee table is there, right? He cannot read it. The select permission was denied. In case if I want to give access only an employee, remove colors table, just add employee and then run again. Now just go to this one and run again. Now you can pull the data. Okay, so this is the query. If you can remember this query giving permissions on a specific object. Simply you have to change the object name and you have to change the username. And the condition is first that user is should be created in the database, guys. If there is no such user, there is no such Mahesh in the database users list, then you cannot give, you will get the error. Clear? How to give access on a specific database, sorry, table,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
right? So this is how we are going to give a specific access on a specific table and all, right? Fine. So full backup. So backups, you know, right? The importance of the backups if something happened. Okay. So again, to avoid the data loss situation, so what we are going to do is, okay, we are going to maintain backups of all the databases. Prod, of
Excuse
course,
me,
it's
sir.
mandatory. Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell
Where
me.
we got information about how to write these queries and this is the writing about queries, such queries. What would are you written now?
Where you got information means what? What kind of information you want?
How we write such kind of queries? Where we got
Nothing. You have to
information about
Google
that?
it. You have to Google it.
No, sir.
If
Okay,
you
Just
okay.
want
now
the
you by default it came na. By
uh,
using GUI query came na.
If,
He
if you
might
want
asking
directly
about that also.
without if you want to write that, how we
if
write?
you see
We get
without
information.
GA, if you want to write, you have to remember first thing. If you don't remember, you have to Google it. There is
Okay,
no
okay.
separate okay scripts and all will be available. For some activities, scripts will be available, but not this kind of standard activities. This is one line query, right? So you don't find any scripts. Okay, for big activities for changing the server level settings and all, you might find scripts. Okay, for these kind of things, you don't find scripts and all. Either you have to remember
Okay, you
that
want.
query or you have to Google it.
Okay,
Or at
okay,
least you
okay.
have to know how to do it in the GUI.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Then you can generate the query. Like how I generated the query now. In the same way, you can generate the query. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, right. Again, we cannot, okay, we cannot, what we can say, finalize to which database we have to take full backup, to which database we have to take differential backup. So nothing like that. As a common practice, as a best practice, we are going to take the backups on all the databases, including production and non-prod also, to avoid the data loss. If something happened, automatically we are going to use this existing copy to restore the database. Okay, so database backups are very important. Okay, so it's very important even though we are using or we are not using, it's always better to take the backups. We have different backups, guys. One is full backup. Full backup name itself is saying it will take the backup of whole database. Whole database means what? It will take the backup of only data files, or it will take the backup of only log files, or it will take the backup of data files and log files?
Including all of it. I mean, entire structure of the backup will take the full backup.
Okay, very
Data
good.
files and log files.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
very
Data
good.
files and log files, whole backup, sir.
Very good. Okay, so full backup means it is going to take the backup of all the files, your data files and your log files. It will take the backup of all the files. Okay, so that is called your full backup. How many data files are there? All the complete on in a database, whatever things are there, what are the objects are there, even files, tables, users, whatever. It is going to take the backup of all the databases. Sorry, all the database means all the files inside your database. All the files. Imagine you have 100 files also, it will take, if you run full backup, it will take the backup of all 100 files. Right? So full backup is very easy, guys. So nothing, simply you have to mention, okay, which database you want to take the backup, what kind of backup you want to take. Of course, you are going to store the database backup in some location, right? To which location you have to take the backup and all you have to mention, then you can run that query. Query is also simple. Backup database, you are going to take the backup, right? Backup database, which database backup you want, database name to disk is equal to, I'm going to save the backup file in a disk. Okay, to disk is equal to file name dot. Okay, dot we are going to mention, that is for extension to identify whether it is a full backup or log backup. So we are going to use extensions are important. So we are going to use dot t or sorry dot back for full backups. Dot back, the extension is dot back. Okay, back is the backup files extensions for full backups and differential backups also. This is the same extension we are going to use for differential backup also. Okay, so full backup, you know, right? We are going to take the backup of whole database, including all the files, including data files and log files. We are going to take the backup. It's very simple, guys. Using GUI, using command also very simple. If I want to take the Amazon database backup, I can right click on the database, go to tasks, select the backup. Okay, so what type of backup you want to take? I want to take full backup or differential or log. I can choose from this option. First of all, I'll take full backup is mandatory, guys. Whenever you create any database, it's mandatory to create the full database backup for the first time. If you are not taking any other backups for the first time, you have to take the full backup on the database. Okay? You have to take the full backup on the database for the first time. Once full backup is generated, then only you can run any other backups. If there is no proper full backup, you cannot generate other backups as well. Right, clear? So here you have to choose which type of backup you want. I'm going to choose full backup. Forget about copy only, I'll explain. I'm going to take the backup component database only, not files and file groups. If you want to take files and file groups, you can choose this option, files and file groups. Okay, and you are going to see here, C program files, Microsoft SQL Server. This is your instance root directory. MS SQL backup folder is there, amazon.bak means in which location it will store. C. Okay, so 1 minute, guys. It is right. So if you see here, C drive, program files, Microsoft SQL Server, and instance root directory, MS SQL backup. This is the default path, guys. Okay, this is the default path. You can see here the same path you can see here. Okay, so if you don't provide path, okay, if you see here, see program files, Microsoft SQL Server, instance root directory, MS SQL Server, MS SQL backup, and amazon.bak. I want to give complete name, guys. Amazon.bak, you know that is Amazon.bak, that is an Amazon backup file, but you don't know, right, when it was generated, at what date and time it was generated. It's very important, guys. Backups, files especially, it's very important to have the date and time stamp. When this backup has been generated, it is very important. what I'll do, I'll remove the old path. Okay, I'll remove the old path. I'm going to remove this file. I'm not removing any file, but if you don't mention the file name, by default, it will create a name like this, but I don't want default name. Okay, I'll create my own name. So I'm going to remove it. I'll select add. The path is same. I'm not going to change any path. Okay, so I'm going to simply give you the file name. That's it. In the same location, I'll give you the file name Amazon underscore full underscore. What is the date today? 17/11/2021.bak. Okay, so if you see this now, earlier it is just amazon.bak. What you can understand, whether it is a full backup or any other types of backup, you don't know, right? Simply you know that is an Amazon backup. Now you will came to know, okay, Amazon full backup it is. Okay, at what time it was generated, at what date it was generated, you can see. Okay, you can see here, I'm just renaming my file name as 17/11/2021 so that everyone can easily understand this file is generated on 17th November. Okay, just click OK. See here, earlier you can see only amazon.bak, right? Now the file name is changed, amazon underscore full underscore date.bak. If you want to add the time also, you can simply add one more underscore. You can add the time. Okay, 1880 something, 1820 something like that. Okay, you can add the time also. If you want, you can add the time also, right? So this is how we'll select a full database backup. First thing is you have to choose on which database you want to take the backup. Second thing is what kind of backup you want, full differential log. Third is, of course, you have to remove the old path and you have to re-add the new path. And okay, finally, if you see here media options and all, right, I'll tell you about this media options, guys. Okay, so by default, you can see there are two options. Append to the existing backup set, overwrite all the existing backup sets. Okay, backup set means simply a file, a backup file. You can call it as a backup set, guys. If I click OK, it will generate a file with the name Amazon full 17/11/2021.bak, right? Right? That is called one backup set. One backup file, you can call it as one backup set. Sorry.
So what is that backup to disk? What is that backup to disk, sir?
Backup to disk here. Okay, in case if you want to, I am taking the backup to the disk, right? Disk means if you are taking the backup to the OS. Okay, now that's what we are doing. We have other options also, backup to URL. This is for Azure. In the Azure, we'll take the backup to URL, but regularly standard process is we are going to take the backup to the disk. Disk means you are going to store in your server. Okay, disk means simply you are taking the backup to the same server. That's what a disk represents. Okay, right?
Okay.
Fine. So media options. If you go to media options, backup set means what? One backup file name, you can call it as a backup set. Collection of backup sets, you can call it as a media set. So I have a question for all of you. Again, in the same path, next time, can I create the another Amazon full 17/12/2021.bak file in the same path without deleting any files, existing files? In the same path, can I take the full backup with the same name again?
Yes, sir, we can take.
Yes,
a
sir, we
different,
can take.
Yes.
I mean, after that we will take the full backup. The timings will change, no, sir.
No,
So
I'm not
usually-
mentioning, right? I'm not mentioning. I'm simply mentioning this Amazon underscore full underscore 17/12/2021.bak. Next time also I'll mention the same name, same path.
Yes, sir,
We
it
can
will
take,
follow.
but that will be replaced.
Replaced. Okay,
can
that
take-
will be replaced. Any other questions? Can I take or I cannot take?
Yes, sir, we can take it.
Yes, sir. But overwriting is necessary.
Sorry.
We can take, sir.
See here, let me show you one thing. Okay. Let me minimize. I guess the meeting is going to end. Please join with the same link, guys.